What if I told you that the secret to safeguarding your health, your memory, and your independence might be hiding in plain sight, tucked away in your very own freezer? We've all been conditioned to think of frozen food as a safe, convenient, and often healthy option for a busy life. But what if that convenience comes with a hidden cost? Medical professionals are now sounding the alarm about a silent epidemic of inflammation and cellular damage linked to some of the most common frozen foods we consume. In this video, we're going to uncover 6 of these everyday items that might be quietly raising your risk of serious diseases like cancer and dementia, especially after the age of 70. Hello and welcome to the Silver and Smart community. If you are new here, I'm so glad you found us. We are here to navigate life's beautiful and sometimes challenging chapters with wisdom, strength, and unwavering dignity. Please consider subscribing to our channel and tapping that bell icon so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos. Now, let's open that freezer door together and take a closer look. 1. The sweet surprise, frozen berries with added sugar. At first glance, a bag of frozen berries seems like the epitome of health. They are bursting with color, vitamins, and antioxidants. We think of blueberries, raspberries, and strawberries as gifts from nature, and in their purest form, they are. But a closer look at the packaging reveals a hidden enemy, added sugars and syrups. Many frozen berry packs, especially those with sweeteners already mixed in, are far from harmless. This hidden sugar can fuel a slow, simmering fire of inflammation throughout the body, a key driver of both cancer and cognitive decline. Consider Patricia, a woman in her late 70s who loved the convenience of sweetened frozen berries. She used them in her smoothies and on her oatmeal, believing she was making a healthy choice. She loved the taste, and the marketing on the bag made her feel confident. Over time, however, the constant influx of added sugar caused her blood pressure to rise, her weight to creep up, and her energy to crash after meals. What she didn't realize was that these sugars were feeding the very processes in her body that increase her risk of cancer and accelerate the kind of cognitive decline she feared most. Your body after 70 is less able to handle sudden spikes in blood sugar. These changes can directly affect how your brain functions. But here's the good news. This is one of the easiest fixes on our list. Always check the label and choose berries that say unsweetened or no sugar added. If you find that they taste bland, add a sprinkle of cinnamon, a handful of nuts, or a small dollop of plain yogurt. The natural sweetness of the fruit is more than enough. This small change can protect your brain, reduce inflammation, and still let you enjoy the foods you love without the hidden dangers. The difference between plain fruit and sugar-coated fruit may be the difference between protecting your brain and quietly harming it. 2. The crunchy betrayal. Frozen fish sticks and breaded seafood. For many, fish sticks or breaded shrimp are a nostalgic, quick, and easy way to get seafood on the table. They look simple and safe, with that familiar golden brown coating. But beneath that crunchy exterior lies a combination of trans fats, unhealthy refined oils, and preservatives that can slowly, almost imperceptibly, wear down your heart and your brain. Let's think about 2 men in their late 70s. Charles buys plain frozen salmon fillets, seasoned them lightly with herbs, and bakes them for dinner. His cholesterol levels remain steady. His mind is sharp, and his doctor encourages his healthy habits. Edward, however, has relied on frozen fish sticks for years because they are convenient and remind him of meals he once shared with his children. The breading is indeed tasty, but it is fried in low-quality oils linked to chronic inflammation and artery damage. Over time, Edward begins to notice his memory is not as strong as it once was. His blood pressure creeps upward, and he feels a subtle but persistent fatigue. What seems like a harmless comfort food is actually raising his risk of both dementia and cancer. The problem is not the fish itself, but the industrial processing, the inflammatory oils, and the preservatives. After 70, your body's natural defenses are not as strong, and every hidden chemical has a bigger, more negative impact. The solution is to keep seafood simple and pure. Choose plain frozen fish, add your own seasonings and spices, and cook it in healthy oils like olive oil or avocado oil. If you want that satisfying crunch, Coat it lightly with whole grain crumbs or oats at home, where you control every single ingredient. Your body and your brain will thank you for this wise and simple change. 3. The salt trap. Microwavable rice bowls. At first, a frozen rice bowl might seem like the perfect solution for a night when cooking feels like too much work. They appear to be portion-controlled and practical, filled with what looks like vegetables and lean protein. But these bowls are often loaded with a shocking amount of sodium, hidden sauces, and flavor enhancers that silently put stress on your heart and brain. Consider Helen, who is in her early 80s. She often chooses ready-made frozen rice bowls because she believes they are a convenient and healthy meal. What she doesn't realize is that a single bowl can contain nearly an entire day's worth of sodium, plus additives like MSG that have been linked to memory issues. Over time, Helen begins to notice that her ankles swell, her sleep is restless, and she struggles with the frustrating brain fog. The convenience of these bowls is costing her more than she ever expected. After 70, your kidneys and cardiovascular system are far more sensitive, and too much salt raises your risk of stroke, dementia, and heart disease. But you do not have to give up easy meals. You can cook a large batch of plain brown rice at home, freezing small portions to reheat later. Then you can simply add your own fresh vegetables and lean protein. This way, you know exactly what is going into your food and you avoid the dangerous salt trap. Ask yourself, are the quick meals in your freezer truly supporting your health or slowly stealing it away? The choice may be as simple as taking a few extra minutes to prepare your own frozen staples. My friends, these insights can be a little surprising, but knowing is the first step toward living a healthier, more vibrant life. If you found this information valuable so far, and if you haven't yet, please consider subscribing to our channel right now. Your support helps us to continue creating content that truly empowers and inspires our community. 4. The sweet indulgence. Frozen pies and breakfast pastries. Few things feel more comforting than a warm slice of pie or a flaky pastry with your morning coffee. Many older adults keep frozen pies, turnovers, or breakfast pastries on hand, thinking of them as a small, harmless treat. But what hides inside these frozen baked goods is a powerful combination of refined carbohydrates, unhealthy hydrogenated oils, and chemical preservatives that quietly speed up both aging and disease within your body. Let's imagine two men, Raymond and George, both in their 70s. George enjoys baking simple pies at home using whole grain crusts and fresh fruit. He limits his sugar, uses healthy fats, and shares his treats with friends. Raymond, however, often turns to frozen pastries because they are quick and ready in minutes. What he doesn't realize is that the refined flour spikes his blood sugar, the hydrogenated oils stiffen his arteries, and the preservatives linger in his body over time, damaging cells over time. Slowly, Raymond finds himself gaining weight around his middle, struggling with sluggish mornings, and facing memory lapses that begin to worry his family. Scientists have long connected diets heavy in refined carbohydrates and unhealthy fats to higher risks of cancer and dementia, especially in older adults whose metabolism is already slowing down. But there is a solution. If you crave something sweet, make your own simple treats at home with healthier ingredients, or simply choose fresh fruit with a dollop of yogurt. Save the frozen pastries for rare, special occasions, not weekly habits. The comfort you feel from them is temporary, but the cellular damage can last for years. Think carefully about what is in your freezer, because every small choice adds up to either more years of health or more risk of decline.
Number 5. The healthy shortcut. Frozen soups and stews. A carton or bag of frozen soup can feel like the perfect comfort on a chilly evening. Many seniors keep them in the freezer believing they are nourishing and gentle on the stomach. But most frozen soups and stews sold in stores are packed with a shocking amount of hidden salt, MSG, and thickeners that slowly chip away at brain health. Consider two women, Alice and Betty, both in their 70s. Alice makes her own rich chicken and vegetable soup at home, freezes it in small containers, and reheats it when she needs a quick meal. Each bowl is packed with nutrients, low in salt, and satisfying without the hidden chemicals. Betty, however, often buys frozen soups because they seem healthy and save her time. What she doesn't realize is that these soups often contain nearly double the sodium of a homemade version, plus flavor enhancers that have been linked to memory problems and confusion in older adults. Over time, Betty notices that her ankles swell, her rings feel tighter, and she struggles to recall simple details during conversations. The warm comfort she thought she was getting is slowly costing her clarity and strength. After 70, your body is far more sensitive to sodium and additives. What once seemed harmless can now accelerate the climb. The good news is that soup is one of the easiest meals to prepare in bulk and freeze safely. By making your own with fresh vegetables, lean proteins, and herbs, you gain complete control over every ingredient. Ask yourself when you pull that container of soup from your freezer, is it truly nourishing you, or is it quietly adding stress to your heart and brain? By choosing the first option, you protect not just your health today, but also the memories and independence you want to keep tomorrow. Number 6, the wellness illusion, frozen smoothies and health shakes. When we see frozen smoothie packs or pre-made health shakes, we often assume these are the perfect shortcut to nutrition. After all, the packaging shows vibrant fruits, green vegetables, and promises of energy. But many of these frozen products are far from natural. They often contain artificial sweeteners, emulsifiers, and thickeners that quietly disrupt the gut and, in turn, the brain. Picture two men, Thomas and Harold, both in their early 80s. Thomas buys plain frozen fruit and vegetables, blends them with a scoop of yogurt, and enjoys a simple, fresh smoothie. His digestion stays steady, his weight remains healthy, and he feels mentally sharp. Harold, however, picks up branded frozen smoothie packs, convinced that the marketing means they are the healthier option. Over time, the artificial sweeteners upset his digestion, the emulsifiers alter his gut bacteria, and slowly his memory and mood begin to change. What he doesn't realize is that the gut and the brain are deeply connected, and when one is out of balance, the other suffers. Doctors are now warning that these additives, though small in dose, add up when consumed regularly, especially in seniors. Instead of relying on these pre-made packs, choose whole, natural ingredients and make your own combinations at home. It takes only a few minutes, and you control exactly what goes into your body. Your brain depends on that care. Ask yourself, are those frozen shakes really giving you life, or are quietly taking it away? The choice is in your hands, and every step towards natural, unprocessed foods is a step towards protecting your memory and your independence. My dear friends, you now know about 6 unexpected frozen foods that might be quietly adding to your risk of cancer and dementia. The surprising truth is that it is often the everyday foods, sweetened berries, breaded fish, ready-made rice bowls, pastries, soups, and even healthy smoothie packs that can slowly erode your health after 70. The good news is that your future is not set in stone. The power to change is in your hands. Most of these dangers can be reduced simply by choosing plainer versions, avoiding unnecessary additives, and preparing simple foods at home where you control every single ingredient. Your walking speed, your memory, your independence, all of these can be protected by paying attention to what you eat each day. Think of it this way. Your freezer can either be a source of strength or a hidden risk. The choice depends entirely on what you decide to put inside. If you have recognized some of these foods in your own home, do not panic, but do not ignore it either. Take one step at a time. Replace the sweetened berries with plain ones. Trade the fish sticks for plain fillets. Swap out the processed bowls for your own frozen rice portions. Each small change adds up, building a future where you feel sharper, stronger, and more in control of your life. Longevity is not just about adding years, it's about adding quality to those years. Protecting your brain and body means you can stay independent longer, enjoy time with your family, and live with dignity and confidence. You are never too old to make a better choice for yourself. The power is in your hands, and the time to act is now. So, I leave you with a question to ponder. What is one food from this video that you will make a change to in your diet this week? Share your answer in the comments below. And if you found this video helpful and inspiring, please give it a warm thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and share it with a friend or family member. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and empower you. Remember, my friends, every step towards awareness is a step towards a safer, more secure future. We look forward to seeing you in the next video.